Good morning.
Morning.
Hope everyone can hear me okay. On behalf of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail and the staff here at Capitol Hill, we want to welcome everyone to this exciting day to announce that we are bringing golf back to the River region. We have a great day. It's good to see a lot of you out here again. Some of our volunteer supporters have been with us for years. It's a great day to announce professional golf's coming back to the River region. We have a great local sponsor that is going to work with us, and we'll announce that today. So with that being said, it's time to get this started, and let's bring out our keynote speakers.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to Capitol Hill for an exciting announcement. This will be the 20th year that we have hosted professional ladies golf on the trail, with champions that we have crowned through Mobile, Opelika, and really here in Prattville and the whole River region area. This is where we have set the stage for some of the best champions on the LPGA Tour. On now a new chapter opens for us, having folks like Lexi Thompson, Hall of Famer Siri Pak, Ari Jutanagan, who won last year, who the first win on the LPGA Tour. It's exciting for us to bring a whole new deal and a whole new, again, chapter to the trail and to the state of Alabama, to continue the vision and the dream of what the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail is all about, and that is to promote the state of Alabama and to promote what we do here in Alabama to the rest of the world. It's my pleasure now to introduce Mike Nichols, who is the Chief Business Officer from the LPGA.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody turning out today. This is a really exciting chapter for the LPGA Symetra Tour. You may not be familiar with the Symetra Tour, but if you look back on the 9 winners that we've had here in Prattville, 5 of them actually have ties to the Symetra Tour. So Lorena Ochoa, who was one of the earlier winners, she graduated from the Symetra Tour and obviously went on to be the #1 player in the world. MJ Hirsch, she graduated from our tour. Chris Tomales, she also played on our tour. And then Catherine Hall-Kirk, she played on the Symetra Tour right after turning professional, won her first 2 professional events on the Symetra Tour, and is now a successful LPGA player and also won here. So while you may not necessarily be familiar with the Symetra Tour, a lot of the players who have played in Prattville and on the trail through the years have come up through the Symetra Tour. One of the questions I often get asked about people who may not be familiar with the Symetra Tour is, how good is the quality of play on the Symetra Tour? And given that we're in football country, I'll use a football analogy. If you look at the NFL and how rare it is for a player that we know to get to the NFL, there are 32 teams in the NFL, and when you include the practice squads and all of that, there's 60 some odd players on each team, which means there's about 2,000 players who consider themselves NFL players. They could call themselves NFL players. 2,000 players. Now, any given week and those players, as we all know, are primarily from the United States. I'm sure you would all argue are primarily from Alabama. But those players are exclusively from the United States, with the exception of a few kickers. But on the LPGA Tour, there are players from all over the world, and at the end of the day, there's only 144 players who tee it up on the LPGA Tour each week. So if you put that in an NFL perspective, that's like the 2 teams that are playing in the Super Bowl are the number of players who get to compete on the LPGA Tour every week. So where do those other players play? And the Symetra Tour, as the official qualifying tour of the LPGA, is where we groom these players and identify the next generation of LPGA Tour stars. What we really focus on in the Symetra Tour, whether it's the media or whether it's our sponsors, is being customer focused. And when Jonathan told me about Guardian Credit Union as a sponsor, I went to their website, and one thing that stuck out was I went to the page where it said contact us. And we've all been to that page on the website where it says, here's how you go about contacting us. And in most cases it says fill out this form and somebody from overseas will contact you within 24 hours possibly. And what it said on the Guardian website was, here is our phone number, call us and somebody will be there. And that was the sort of the personal touch that we like to think that we have on the Symetra Tour. And to see that a partner like Guardian is stepping up to support this event and do it with the same sort of ideals that we share on the Symetra Tour, we're really excited. So Heath and Rachel, I want to say thank you very much for your support, and just want to invite Heath or Rachel to come up and say a couple words, but thank you very much. Thanks, Rachel.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today. Guardian is really excited to be able to finally announce the Guardian Championship. We've been sitting on this for a few months now, so we're excited to be able to share with the community. As he said, we are the local credit union, and we are happy to be able to continue this tradition of women's golf here at Capitol Hill. The credit union and the RTJ partnership is a very unique one that you're not going to find really anywhere near us. So we're very excited to bring the talent through the community and what it means for Guardian, for Capitol Hill, and then everybody, all of the locals that will be able to participate. So thank you for being here, and I would like to invite up Mayor Gillespie.
Well, thank you, and again, welcome everybody. And it's just a great day, just be here in Prattville. The sun couldn't be shining any better here. But I just want to thank Guardian for stepping up and being a partner over here with Prattville, and also Bill Lang and Jonathan Romeo, City of Montgomery, just everybody, Mike Beverly with the RTJ. Just great to be able to bring this back together here in Prattville. Ben Hogan said that the most important shot is the next shot. And I think this is the next shot for a lot of these ladies, for them to be able to step up to the LPGA, get their card, and move on to that next arena. It's also very important for Prattville here too, because we have so many vendors around here that whenever the ladies do come in, they benefit. So it's a very positive thing for the community. It's also about a quality of life. Quality of life for a lot of the golfers and the visitors who come down, find their way to the trail, find their way to Prattville, be able to find out what little slice of heaven that we do have here in the South. So it's just a win-win for everybody. Glad that we've been able to pull this together and look for this for many, many years to come. So thank you.
Let's forget about Montgomery. Hey, Bill, the sun came up in the east. He got over here to Prattville. Anyway, it's great. I'm here representing the mayor today. The mayor's working on some stuff at the Capitol, and it's very urgent, so he asked me to come step in, but I gladly do. What's happened with this golf tournaments over here in Prattville and how it's fed over into Montgomery over the years has been great. But it's awful nice on Monday morning or Sunday to pick up the newspaper and see names of people that you met here on these tournaments trail. Even going back to nationwide tournaments, those tournaments, I mean, kids that were there are now on that PGA, and then the LPGA is the same scenario. And so it's just really good to know that you know the history behind. Like Chella Choi, that plays on the tournament now, how her daddy was with her when she got here, and she finally won about 2 or 3 weeks later, and her daddy got to go back home. But those kind of little stories are ones that you'll build around these young people as they come along in the golf world. And so I look forward to being a part of this year, and the city of Montgomery being a part of it. And we want to thank Guardian for stepping up and being put the leadership on this tournament, because this is really big for the entire river region. A lot of folks get involved, a lot of participants, a lot of volunteers, and all those people have a good time with this, and it really brings a very positive image to our community. So we thank y'all for having this, and welcome it back to Montgomery area. Thank you.
How long is the agreement, and when is the tournament?
Great question, Bill. So we are now that obviously everyone knows Guardian, and I want to thank them for their participation and what they're going to mean. The event, and if you look at how the LPGA has been historically here in Prattville, we've always had titles that are not homegrown, or they're not local. They don't have as huge of a local tie. I think this makes a special, this tournament will be so much more special because it is a grassroots company, a company who is based here. I think you're going to see with their goals and the goals that we have at the trail, this event will become more of a community local involvement. Sure, we're going to have folks who are going to come from all over the region to come see the event and to come see what we have, but this will also, it adds a whole new piece to what we've done in previous years, having someone local and having a title that's local. As Bill said, the event will be September the 18th to the 24th. First thing everybody says, oh my gosh, it's in the middle of football season. Both teams are away, okay? One plays in Missouri and one plays at Vanderbilt. So they're both away. The other thing that does is it brings us into, hopefully, September, as we all know, can be really warm or really cool. This September is going to be cool. We know, we've already checked. It's going to be cooler weather. We will play on the Senator Golf Course. This golf course has proven and has crowned, as we have already stated, a lot of champions. You know, I left out Stacy Lewis earlier. You can remember back when Lexi won her first professional event here. I mean, it's got a history behind it. It's got a pedigree. The entire River Region area. I mean, if you look at what happens when Mike goes back to his office and when he talks to the folks, the players love coming here, okay? They live on the road, but when they come here, it's Alabama, it's Southern hospitality. They're used to what's here. You know, it's funny, we've held this under wraps for quite a while as far as how long we've had this agreement in the works and where we are. And I think now to let everyone know Guardian's involvement, number one, and most importantly that ladies golf is back. There was some worry, I think, that we weren't going to have something, and we've worked extremely hard to get it. It'll make it exciting, and being in the fall is going to be exciting. The agreement with Guardian is for at least 2 years, and we'll see where we go after that. I think, you know, the learning curve of bringing them into the professional golf world, obviously we know what the River Region and what Prattville and Montgomery can do to make it successful. It's just an exciting thing and an exciting time to be able to announce this, and look forward to having you know, folks come see what the Symetra Tour is all about and continue to grow the resume of the trail and what we do in professional golf. Everyone behind me will be available for any additional interviews or anything you guys have. If there are any other questions, I can field them now, or we can, if you have any questions, we can do it one-on-one. But I want to thank everybody for coming, and look forward to having you and many others attend in September.